The Godzilla. We're talking about 8-inch woofers today. It's getting more and more popular. A lot of guys doing trucks, even small systems in cars with 8-inch woofers. And today we're talking about American bass, the Godzilla. I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. Hit that like button, share this out, and get ready to unbox this thing and maybe some flex tests. We'll be right back. Hey, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com, and we're representing American bass today, which was cool. We just had a podcast. If you've never seen the podcast, it's Big Sound by Big Jeff. We put it on all our platforms, and we had the owner, Bob, and his son, Gerwin, on there. We're talking about American bass, and I've been selling American bass for years now. But 8-inch woofers have been becoming more and more popular, and the times have changed in the last 2 years that people are actually spending more and more money on a larger size 8, bigger coil, more magnet, the whole works. And American bass jumped out. They've had the HDs, they've had different ones, but this is the Godzilla. So let's unbox this, talk about it. This particular one is an 8-inch dual 4. RMS power 1200 watts.
No way!
That's a lot of power for an 8-inch. And of course, the peak, they recommend doubling that. Sensitivity, I think, is 82 dB, and it's a 2.5-inch voice coil. And the price range is in that $250 a piece. So first thing you notice, American bass was never known for very colorful boxes, plain Jane, and I think that's fine. I'm a box saver, like a shoebox saver, and I like nice boxes, but they really stepped it up with this, as you can see. And cracking this thing open, we got more cardboard, we got some specs, got a nice American bass sticker. If you see my finger here, it's because I had a boo-boo. So we got foam. And then we have, this thing's actually got a little bit of weight to it.
A little heavy? Maybe a little.
We're gonna take a look at this. Now, another thing American bass is known for is they do the old speaker wire hangout, not push terminal. But at least on this one, there is a terminal type. I guess anyway, you could always unsolder and resolder. Let me start up with the up close and personal camera, because it's also got like a double ring to hold down the spider. If you see there, it's actually screwed down and glued down. So this thing was definitely built to take some abuse. And we have some porting there where you can see that high temp coated coil, which is copper underneath. Now, the only thing I don't like right away is I think with the speaker wire, I can't even tell what gauge this is. Almost like a small 12. I don't think it'll be a problem with 1,000 watts going through it. And then you got to see here, we have, let me go back to the Big Jeff cam, make see this easier. 1, 2, 3, 4 slugs. So it should have some good motor force. And then it's a real tight spider. Carbon fiber cone. I like the surround.
Yeah, I like it too.
Let's go ahead and get this out of the plastic. We just talked to Bob, and actually, gotta go back to the Big Jeff cam. Look how they do the magnets now. Supposedly, this design here is actually made to help with heat. And then we have some venting holes. Overall, I mean, it's a nice looking speaker. Like the green. Might not be for everybody, but I'm not sure. I guess the green goes with the whole Godzilla theme. All right, let me just get some lookage at this thing. We are gonna put this on some power and do a little flex testing. I did bring some here. I'm gonna try my Big Jeff IBR 68, which is a tone. It's the speaker pop tone generator, but it's made for smaller speakers. I don't know if it's even gonna move this piece, but I'm gonna hook it up and see what happens. We're still gonna do a whole flex test with some power, but let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's not even enough voltage coming out to even move this thing. I can hear a tone, that's about it. So I was hoping to kind of have that move, but we will put this on my flex test booth that we made. Okay, this is a beefy sub. I'm gonna look at some of these specs, and they've been selling pretty good. So you have the Godzilla 8 Dual 2 and Dual 4, and let's see, FS on these is about 43.5, so pretty decent FS for an 8-inch. Plus, I believe this is a 7 3/4 cutout. I always hear, and we got a 40 quad strontium 45-ounce magnet, so 180 ounces of magnet.
Sounds good.
And then something new, one-piece tech, no energy loss T-yoke design, backplate, aluminum plate, a motor as a heat sink, which we just showed, rubber gasket, and then, which I don't know why they always do millimeter special stuff coming over here, but looks like mounting depth is G, 164 millimeter. Probably Ben will convert that up top here, what it is in inches, or I could just take a look with the old trusty caliper. Let's do it this way. So mounting depth is just under 7 inches. Okay. And then we talked about a very large cutout. Let me get the Big Jeff cam.
Big Jeff cam activated.
Still have that classic American base logo on top with the carbon fiber cone, so that's pretty strong. Double stitching. I do like the high surround and this rugged look. I really do like that. It is pretty tight, so I would definitely recommend when you get it that you want to break it in for a good amount of time. Single tinsel leads, nothing spectacular there, but really went crazy on mounting this spider down. Let's see if we can get into the actual coil here with the up close and personal.
Up close.
And we are
and
going
personal,
all
engaged.
the way in. That was kind of hard to see. Yeah. All right, so you can see, hard to tell on here, but that is copper on the inside. It looks like they coat the outside of the coil. That's all the way up to the dust cap. There you go. You can see the actual carbon fiber there. That's really cool. And then you have that venting that we're talking about right here. And this is a brand new woofer, but I can see like a couple areas there are not coated evenly. I'm not really sure there. But what I can say about Bob and American Base is the factory he uses has made very good product over the years. Really have had no DOAs, so I think it's good. The only downfall I don't like here is the speaker wire that was used. I still think push terminal is the way to go, but you also save down some space because it is a very large cutout, which also gives you more surface area. So those are all pluses. But I'm digging the new, which came in on the Velocities and others. This, we're talking about this part right here, which we'll kick that camera back on. Yeah. Which is supposed to help I don't even know the word, you guys are gonna kill me. Basically make the heat get out of here. So between the venting and that, really cool. So what I wanna do is get the flex test bench, put this in there, get some power because I wanna give it a real 1,000 watts. And over there on the test bench, we got our new Pulse MD3000 Brazilian amp from Martz, and we're gonna get this thing up and moving and get it hot. Overall, I think it's like a tank. It's a good sub, and actually 250 bucks for 8s of this caliber. I think we're in a good price range for sure. Why 8s? Well, truck boxes, really big. Trucks are probably at the peak of selling. I mean, it's just trucks, so you got those boxes. I've seen a lot more guys do even smaller systems in the trunks with 8s, even down to 6s. I know you all saw the Rampage 6 we have from B2 Audio. So 6s and 8s have really come a long way. Airspace, which I didn't see on that paperwork. Let me just see some specs here. Carbon fiber enhanced, non-press coin, high roll surround, 2.5-inch 4-layer high temp voice coil. Cutout is 7.32 inch, mounting depth 6.46, and then We had an FS of like 43. And what I didn't see in here, what I would like to see is kind of some recommended box specs.
That would be nice.
Which, if you have your specs here and you have a box building program or somebody that does, you could get it there. But 8s are just small. I mean, probably 0.5 airspace or less, depending if you're doing vented or seal. But let's do this. There's really not much more to show here. This thing is actually a tank. It's pretty heavy. I like how it's built. I think this thing will take some abuse. I want to get this hooked up. Hey, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment. That's what we do it for. And it doesn't cost you a dime. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Sometimes I got boring videos. Sometimes I got cool videos. This part of it's boring, but the flex test is always fun to see how much excursion and see this thing move. I mean, it's just cool. And that's what we're gonna do with this bad boy. I'm just impressed because it's like almost like a 10-inch and an 8-inch body, if that makes sense. So I'll be right back. I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com, representing American Bass, and we're gonna get this thing moving. Be right back. Hey, Big Jeff, and with Movie Magic, we're back, and we got this in the flex test. We never really came up with a name with this, but anyway, I'm using the Basshead Garage WBK, which are going to be here very soon. Wireless bass knob, okay? Then we're using the old trusty SMD IMG SG signal generator. We got the woofer mounted, and I'm using the Marks Digital Pulse 3000. So this was 43 hertz is what they have the FS at. So I'm gonna start there. This is really cool because wirelessly, look at that. Mute. Volume back up. Okay, so we'll get this baby warmed up. I'm gonna go down. Let me get this tape measure off. Oh yeah, that's cranking. We're at 20 hertz right now. This little bad boy is bumping. Look at that. Look at that. I love how this always looks on camera. Let me see, can I go lower? .41 hertz. This thing's sucking up the power, man. Let me turn this down. I didn't really think this sub was going to handle that much power. That's pretty impressive. So what I'm going to do is just grab a tuning screwdriver. I'm going to crank this amp up because I'm surprised. This thing is taking some juice. We're going to not clip. Right there. Okay, so clipping is right there. Okay, we want to keep it. We don't want to clip. But I'll tell you what, this thing is taking some juice. All right, so we're at 25 hertz using my trusty wireless bass knob. That little 8, man, is moving. Definitely moving, dude. So, if you don't know, when you lower hertz, it looks like it's moving slower, but it's not. But it's also a way, because it's moving further, the excursion, it helps cool it off, for sure. This is a 1200 watt subwoofer. RMS. Okay. Now, we're going to get about 32 hertz. And you can see how changing the frequency, especially with the frames per second, how it reacts with the camera. Look at that thing move. I mean, that is moving. Look at that thing. Okay, so give you an idea. Let me move this tape measure. Excuse me, I got a bum finger. All right, ready? We're gonna give it some more power. Look at that thing. Man, and this is an 8-inch woofer. Look at the excursion on that thing. Okay, so keep the camera there. Let's go a little lower. Okay, you see how that's changing up. So we're at 26 hertz. All right, we'll go up higher. Okay. One, it's so hard on the video to really explain what I'm really seeing, except you can see that movement. This is an 8-inch Godzilla getting every bit of 1,000 watts, and this thing is moving. I haven't shut it off since, and pretty impressive, real impressive. Tuning on it, the FS is like 43, which I don't think is that bad, especially for an 8-inch. 1,200 watts RMS. Let's go ahead and give this thing some more power. Ready? I'm using my Basehead Garage wireless. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna drop the frequency back down. Look at that thing. I mean, the whole table is just jumping right now. Yeah, good view right there. Okay. I know you love the flex testing. Remember, speakers aren't really made like that free air environment like they did years ago. But in here, just even in this with no enclosure, you can feel it. It's pretty impressive. Definitely taking 1,000 watts plus to this thing. And I'm not even gonna get out the FLIR. It's not even warm to touch at all. And we've been having this thing go. I'm using a Basehead Garage wireless remote, the SMD. And you can see it even in that view, how much this thing is moving. And I'm taking it right up the clipping. Look at that thing. Okay, so I'm gonna shut this off. This right here, really, for a $250 sub right now, pretty impressive. It's definitely a tank for sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know MB had this like a couple weeks ago, and he really gets in depth with the coil and plate and excursion, and this guy builds boxes. Love if we ever did a collab together. I know some people hate him, some people love him. It's the same thing with me. But this right here, I think would be a great woofer for that price range. And it's got the American-based name. And I'm all stoked. I've known Bob for years. Let me take this back over here. I've known Bob for years, but having him on the podcast, if you guys haven't seen that, check out our platforms. I got to see like another side of Bob and how proud he is to be here in America and how the name came about. And the guy's been doing this for over 30 years. So leave your comments what you think. I know the flex test can be fun and boring at the same time. I wish I had the time to put these things in boxes, but I think that's maybe the next step. But then even if I put it in a box, say I went out, because we're in the second warehouse, there's boxes here. If I went and grabbed an 8-inch box, I put it in it. How are you gonna even tell in a video? And it's not gonna be a custom built box. And I tell people all the time, if you're gonna spend the money on good woofers, or even cheap, it doesn't matter. Either get yourself a really good prefab built that you know what the tuning frequency is. We sell the King boxes, the GP boxes, or have them just custom build a box. I mean, it's not that much more, and you get the max performance out of this thing. But just an incredible woofer, incredible design, 8-inch all the way. Keep in mind, 2 8-inch together, technically, give you more surface area than the 12. And I've seen boxes built and heard these things can get low. 4 of these, and I've had a 4.8 box in my F-150 3 years ago with DS-18-8s. And I'll tell you what, 4 of them, you saw it with, people got in that truck all the time and they swore it was a solid 212s, big vented box, and it wasn't. It was just under the seat with a seat lift. Check this out on our website, bigjeffaudio.com. They'll have a link or a QR code or something for you. I'm gonna talk to Bob about doing some giveaways. Let's see if we can get something like this to give away. That'd be really cool. In fact, if I could show them that this video does pretty good, which means you need to comment, like, and share it out, maybe we could talk them into doing a set of these to give away. So, quick video, really cool, had a lot of fun. Definitely every bit of 1,000 watts to this thing. I think it would have even taken more. This thing didn't even warm up at all. Great porting, great venting. I like the heat sink underneath we talked about. Pretty good. Bob knows car audio, but technically, I don't know how far, but he's got a great build house. He always has. And he has some woofers like the XFLs or the HDs that's been around forever and are going to continue to stay around. And then he's expanding here, and he's even talking about going, you got the King, you got a Godzilla. He's talking about something even bigger. So I can't wait to see that. And next, we'll probably bring out one of those Velocity subs. I don't know if you heard about it. Velocity sub, blue basket, nice heat sink, really that SPL woofer. I can't wait to really unbox and flex test one of those. But anyway, I'm done babbling. Hey, do me a favor, share this out, leave a comment, good or bad. And if you want, we're doing the Big Jeff chain giveaway again, 2025. Text the word chain to 737-244-5333. That's 737 Big Jeff, it spells out. Just text us the word chain. We'll give you an auto reply. And 1, we get you entered. We're doing some big giveaways with that. And 2, if we can get some good traction on this video, I could probably talk Bob and Gerwin into working with us to do a giveaway. Hey, I'm Big Jeff from bigjeffaudio.com. Wrapping another one up. Hit that subscribe button. I make good videos, bad videos, and in between, but I just make videos. So it helps support the community, helps support my family, my employees here in my family, and also allows us to do all these giveaways. So we got plenty more to come. I'll see you on the next one.